But I bet that the deep pounding is not right away. It's built up to that.
Day 2, day 3 kind of stuff.
Right.
Exactly.
First you start with the soft touch.
Yes.
And you build up to that.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it takes
Because
a
most
while.
guys want to go straight to that hard pounding.
That's what they see on porn.
Yeah.
So that's what they think they should do, but it's not. And most women think that's what they should get because that's what they see, and it's not. Yoni massage. First thing is,
Let's do it.
if you're in a long-term relationship, try and offer your woman unlimited yoni massages. You're basically just her bitch for yoni massages. Whenever she wants one, you just drop whatever you're doing and you come and you give it to her. Because she's not really going to ask you for as many as she'd like to have. And especially if you offer them. How about on Tuesday night, we do yoni massage. How about on Thursday night, we do yoni massage. And they don't have to take long. I'm thinking like 20 minutes is about as long as you're going to go. So it's not terribly time consuming.
It's not. Very intimate, very bonding.
It is. So first thing you want to do is you want, for the man, again, masculine sexual leadership. Set up the lover space.
Welcome to another episode of Out of the System. I'm your host, Leo Climaco. Today, we have the honor and the pleasure, once again, of having the beautiful, intelligent Susan Bratton. How are you?
Leo, I'm so happy to be back in your presence, in your powerful, magnificent presence.
God bless you. Thank you. Right back at you. I love that.
I do love a powerful man. A lot. And that's really your listener base is the powerful man.
Yes.
And I love that guy because when you have an entrepreneurial mindset, you're a lifetime learner. You are a master. You think about mastery.
Do you know what I love about you? The fact that you love these men.
I do.
These men are not loved.
Aww.
They're not.
I love them.
These are men that get attacked, right?
Yeah.
These are men that get crucified. These are men that are accused of running the world, right? In a sense. And all we want is a little love.
Yeah, man.
All we want is a little love.
Let's get it.
So how have you been?
I've been doing extremely well. I've been working on a new documentary. I'm producing a documentary right now, so I'm doing the fundraising for it, and that's
incredible.
been a lot of fun.
What is it about?
It's called Behind Closed Doors. That's the placeholder name because a documentary when it makes itself, you find its real story.
For sure.
But the conversation that we're having, it's an impact documentary. And what that means is it's a documentary that's going to change the way you think. It's going to get you to take action. And what it's really about is how people, men as much as women, have been very underserved by the oppression, repression, censorship of sexual information.
Oh my God, this fits perfectly with our topic today.
So it's like the blind leading the blind behind closed doors because people are unaware that they're stuck in a paradigm. And you're all about getting people out of paradigms on this show.
Exactly.
And so I'm here to get you out of what I call the fourth factor of longevity, which is we worry about it. We wear our Oura rings. You're wearing yours, right? We check our sleep. We watch what we eat. We get our exercise.
Yep.
But how do we have hot sex that keeps getting better, that fuels our life? We're passionate about things, but often we end up in relationships that become non-sexual or we're workaholics and we're not getting the great sex that we deserve. We have a hard time making the connections and finding the relationships.
Yes.
And so the film itself is really about the fact that there's a world of pleasure that's actually censored and really just like I'm shadow banned all the time online because I'm teaching passionate lovemaking techniques. And most guys,
they don't want us to be free, Susan.
I know.
They don't want us to be free.
It's another
it's
way
bullshit.
that we're all being oppressed is we're being denied the pleasure of our sexuality. Because listen, if we're at home making love at night, we're not buying shit on Amazon. We're not sucking down streaming content.
We're not making war.
We're not making anything. We're just making somebody else money or giving somebody else our attention instead of rebooting our nervous system and, really doing the things that make us healthy and happy and lower our anxiety and increase our connection to ourself and other. And so I feel like as a CEO of 2 companies myself,
Tell them.
I feel the most powerful I've ever felt in my life in my 60s. I feel directed, confident. I don't have anxiety. I have more love in my heart than I've ever had. My orgasms are unbelievable. My sexual function is fantastic.
That's
My
incredible.
yoni, which is the word I like to use for the lady parts, is like rich and luscious and beautiful and activated and incredible. And all of those things fuel my creativity. They are what make me powerful.
It unleashes you, right? It unlocks you.
Even more than working out in the gym, which I love.
Wow.
Yeah. So sex is one of those things that because of our culture, we're all getting screwed over instead of screwed well. And that's what I came here today to help your guys with, which is how do you go from being like sexually frustrated, feeling like you're not getting the kind of sex that you want?
Yeah.
How do you find a good love-making partner? How do you become a good lover? How do you get your partner to want you for sex? How do you get out of the victimhood mindset of feeling frustrated that you're making advances that are getting rebuffed, you're getting rejected all the time? Like that rejection in and of itself is one of the hardest things that men deal with.
It's so hard to overcome
it. It makes you feel like shit.
Yeah.
So
one thing that you said that stuck out to me was, how do you have sex and how does it keep getting better?
Yeah.
I think that keep getting better part is where a lot of men get stuck. Because it's almost like chasing that first high.
Yeah.
You have this one
You have
great
your conquest.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a very male-oriented thing.
But then it's very hard to recreate it because you may be lost. You may not be pushing the right buttons. You may not be doing the right things throughout the day to induce that environment or that connection. There's so many things there.
Yeah. Well, and you're busy. And you're really focused on your work.
Yeah.
And so
and
it's
kids
and then you've got the kids.
Yeah.
It is hard to do everything that you need to do to get your wife to want to have sex with you, or to get your girlfriend to want to have the kind of sex that you want to have, which is very surrendered, very sexual, a lot of appetite, you know, not just mercy sex or duty booty, not just,
mercy sex,
right?
Wow.
It's what a lot of guys get. They get mercy sex.
Yes.
Women feel like they have to do it. It's their job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't want that. You want a woman who's grabbing your package when you walk by. You want a woman who's like, grr, baby, I want you. I can't wait to have you later. What time are you getting home? How soon can we get those kids in bed?
Sending you pictures.
Look at my boobs. You got to play with these titties later. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
That's incredible. Yeah, a lot of men are lacking that.
Yeah, and here's how you get it.
Tell me.
You have to learn a fair amount of skill, pleasuring techniques, and a couple of simple communication techniques.
Okay.
But it's actually one of the reasons I love talking to entrepreneurs and growth mindset people is that generally most people kind of just accept their lot in life and they just think, oh, well, sex gets, it dies when the wife goes through menopause and, old people don't really have sex and, like all these things we've been fed.
Right.
And the thing is that those are just more things to keep you down. They're more control mechanisms. And your audience doesn't want to be controlled.
No.
You are uncontrollable.
They literally want to be free.
That is what this kind of sex gets you. It gets you the freedom you're looking for from all of the bullshit you've been told. And it requires getting good at things. And the first way that you do that, let's just say getting good at things. What things? Okay. Kissing, full body touch, oral pleasuring, manual pleasuring, which I like to call yoni massage. Remember I told you about the yoni for your listeners and viewers who don't know what that is. That's the word that I like, Y-O-N-I. Yoni is really the whole female genital system, not just the vagina or just the clitoris, but really activating her entire system, which will make her hornier and want you more, and she'll come better for you. And so understanding how all that works and what to do is a really big piece. Also, understanding how to have intercourse that gives her orgasms the whole time you're inside her.
So I hear you. I'm a guy. I'm doing all that.
What are you doing?
I am appreciating her.
Yep.
I'm caressing her.
Yeah.
I'm kissing her.
Yeah.
I'm massaging her.
Yeah.
I'm eating her out. I'm
Yep.
taking the time to be conscious about it and spending time down there and making
Yeah.
sure that I'm hitting all the right spots.
Yeah.
But now I put it in and I come in 2 seconds.
Premature ejaculation, right? You need more stamina. So one of the techniques that I've been teaching for a couple of decades, well, it's been about a little over 1 decade, is a technique that Jim Benson created for me, and I publish it. It's called Multi-Orgasmic Lover for Men, and the technique is called the me breath.
Okay.
And Jim is a men's tantra trainer. He's a train the trainer tantra trainer.
Wow,
He goes
I love
around
tantra.
the world teaching other teachers to teach this technique.
That's incredible.
Because what do men struggle with? Stamina. What do women struggle with? Coming. One comes too fast, the other doesn't come at all.
Right.
So the me breath is his technique. And what's
M-E, me breath?
yeah, like mucho estasio. That's what he says it stands for, much ecstasy. And it's a combination of 3 things. It's a combination of a type of a PC muscle squeeze.
Okay.
It's very much like learning a golf swing or learning how to drive a stick shift. It's a couple of things that when you do them together, you get the effect.
Got it.
So it's partly a squeeze, and it's partly some breath work. In ancient Taoist practices, they called it the cool draw, cools you down.
Okay.
And then a certain pelvic rocking technique, like a thrusting technique that you can do during intercourse so you don't come too fast. So essentially what you're doing is you're doing this certain kind of squeeze while you're breathing deeply to calm your nervous system down, and you're rocking your pelvis. Most men, they bang, they're like
Yes.
this.
Very loosely. Yes.
And what you need to do is you need to do like a hip drop and then a rock back like this. And what's nice is that feels particularly good to her as well, because she's getting the thrust, and then this draw back actually is kind of touching her G area and engorging that tissue, which is really nice too. And that feels really good for her. So it's the kind of technique that you teach yourself while you're masturbating. So you're kind of like edging. You're taking yourself to your point, just up to your point of no return, and then backing off. And you learn it I'll give you a link to the program.
Please.
And I'll also give you a link to something I call my freedom audios. These are conversations that Jim and I had where we teach you how you're going to approach learning the technique. And then the technique itself is a series of, I think it's like 5 videos, no longer than 7 minutes each.
That's awesome.
And they teach you the squeeze, the breathe, the thrust, how to manage the point of no return, and then how to bring it all together. And Jim is an excellent teacher of that. And when guys do this, they can learn how to do it during masturbation, and then they can do it while they're having intercourse.
Correct.
And 96% of the women that I've surveyed said they would support their man in learning this technique. So women are very interested in helping their guys try it, and they say that it feels better than the way they used to have sex with them, the way they used to have intercourse with them.
Yes.
That this cool draw, this smooth pelvic rock feels better than what the guys were doing.
Makes sense.
And one of the things that, I'll give you one more resource for it too. One of the things that works really well for that situation where she's not coming from intercourse because she thinks she can't, because she's never gotten it done the way her vagina needs it to be done, because everything that men have seen in porn is just for men's viewing pleasure.
It's just stupid,
It's not what we need to come.
It's pure acting.
And so I have a technique called Thrust in Time. It's at thrustintime.com, and it slows down his urge to ejaculate while increasing and helping her have orgasms from intercourse. So it has him last longer, and it has her coming.
That's awesome.
And the trick to it is a series of shallow and deep strokes. And
Okay.
you do them in a timed count. The directions are pretty easy. It's at thrustandtime.com, but basically it's a 10 count of thrusting. And the 10 count is I'm going to do 9 shallow, slow strokes, and then I'm going to do 1 long, deeper stroke. Then I'm going to do 8 shallow, slow strokes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then 2 deeper strokes.
I'm envisioning it as
And
my mind is going through it.
it's very nice
Yes.
because he's going slow enough in the beginning that he's not overly sensitizing himself.
That makes sense.
And he's got to count when
So
he's
you
first
start
learning
off
it.
that way.
You start off that
Got
way.
it.
And then you go 7 and 3, 6 and 4, 5 and 5. By the time she's 5 and 5 or 5 and 4, she's had an orgasm. Almost always. If she believes that it is possible.
Got it.
That's another masculine sexual leadership skill, is letting her know there's nothing wrong with her and that she just hasn't gotten the right inputs for her operating system and that she has the same operating system as all the women who are coming and she just needs to get the right inputs and you're
Right.
going to find them. You're going to unlock those for her so she can start coming. And then once she starts having 1 orgasm, you can get her to have 2 and then 3 while you're making love with her. And pretty soon, she'll be in orgasm the entire time you're making love to her because she'll begin to realize she can stay in the state of orgasm and that everything starts to feel really good because you've given her enough warm up. Most guys go straight to intercourse because they think sex is intercourse and they
Right.
think all the other stuff is foreplay. And so it's like, well, I'm going to eat the appetizer to get to the main course. But it's not. That's what
It's all
women
the main
need
course.
is all the main course. They need all of those things because they have a slower arousal time frame. It takes them about 20 to 30 minutes to get their lady boner. And it takes you as a man 1 or 2 minutes to get your boner. And so you're ready to go because you've got this thing and you think you're supposed to penetrate her and then you bang away at her and then you come and then she didn't get off. And so you got to
Right.
kind of fix all of the lack of information that you've gotten and start over at the kissing, the breast play. Your mouth, your breasts and nipples, and your yoni are a locked system where when you're kissing, it's getting her lubricated and getting the blood flowing down. When you stimulate her nipples, it's making the blood flow into all the spongy tissues that are the same amount of spongy tissues in your penis,
Right.
but they're in these nooks and crannies around her whole yoni. And so it just takes longer for them to seep. They seep into a woman. They rush into a penis. And so you got to let her do that. So you may have to go soft and get hard again.
It's a flood versus a drip.
It's a flood versus a trickle. Exactly.
Got it.
But if she doesn't have her lady boner, nothing's going to feel good. It would be like you trying to have great sex with a flaccid penis. It's just not going to feel as good. It feels good when it's straining and big and, full of blood
Popping out,
and
yes.
popping, right? That's what her clit needs to be popping. And not just the little tip, but the shaft, the arms, the legs, the urethral sponge, which is called a G-spot, but it's not a spot. It's actually a big tube of sponge. The sponge on the bottom of the floor of her vagina. That stuff, kissing, foot rubs, neck rubs, words of encouragement, kissing her neck, giving her a hickey, touching her sternum, playing with her breasts, stimulating her nipples, giving her yoni massage. That's how the blood gets in so she gets her lady boner. So then she's got all that surface area that as you're licking it, sucking it, fucking it, it's sending way more signals to the brain because it's bigger. It's literally physically bigger.
Yeah.
So it has more surface area. So the corpuscles, the mechanoreceptors, the Ruffini nerve endings, all these little things down in there
You're so knowledgeable.
are nerdy. I'm nerdy,
You're
sciencey
smart
girl.
as fuck is what you are.
Those things are what send the signals to your biggest sex organ, your brain, and go, oh, wow, that's feeling really good. And then the short, slow, shallow strokes toggled with the deep strokes, that toggles her sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system so that when, just like that Luxus vibrator I gave you last time I was
Yes.
on the show, that proximity sensor on your dick as you're penetrating Daniela, that vibrator on her that you put on her, it speeds up as you get closer, and then it slows down and speeds up and slows down. And when it slows down, she goes, "Oh, I want more." Oh, and her body reaches for more. And the next time you deliver the pleasure, it feels even better. That's the beauty of that thing. And that's the beauty of the Taoist thrusting, this thrust in time technique.
It
Basically,
works together.
they work to, you do that Taoist thrusting while you're wearing that Luxus vibrator. Oh my God, it's going to be so incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. I should tell your listeners that everything I talk about, I have at one location on drivedesire.com. So that if they're like, what was that thing? What was that thing? What was that thing? It's at drivedesire.com.
I'll
So
make
you
sure
don't
to
have
put
to
a
write
link down
everything
below,
down.
drivedesire.com. Incredible.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can see how, oh, okay, I got to slow down. I got to touch all the parts. I got to
Yes.
think about not foreplay and sex.
Let's
I gotta
go
do
deep into that.
Yeah.
Let's go deep into foreplay.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
In as many ways as you can,
Yeah.
teach us how to do a yoni massage.
Okay. All right.
Because I think if a man truly wants to please a woman,
Yeah.
and he can learn a yoni massage,
Yep.
that's a game changer. Because I feel like that's the ultimate way to make a woman feel safe.
Yeah.
Because you're not looking for intercourse.
Yeah.
You're looking to strictly please her and strictly activate her parts.
Yes. Most women have literally never been pleasured without expectation of reciprocation.
That
Ever. Not ever.
is
Not
a bar.
one time. Right? So when you become the man, especially if you're in a long-term relationship where it's a lot easier for her to stop wanting sex, especially if it's not good. When you
or unpleasurable, right?
right.
It's unbeneficial for her.
Exactly. Why
Yeah.
would she want to do it? If she is not asking you for sex, scheduling sex,
Something's wrong.
then it's a skills-based issue.
Yeah.
And the beauty of that is skills are easy to learn. You know, it's practically like I'm a chef and I teach recipes. I teach recipes on how to make women come. That's what I do. And men too. Right? That's what I do.
Yeah.
Because the operating system is the operating system. You put in the inputs, you get the outputs. It's not that hard. Women do have different pathways where they like different pressure at first, but they learn to expand and like, I used to need a medium amount of pressure. Now I love the lightest of touch and I like deep pounding. But I had to build my way up to both of those things.
Right.
I had to expand what I can get off on.
But I bet that the deep pounding is not right away.
No,
It's built up to
day
that.
2, day 3 kind of stuff.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
First you start with the soft touch.
Yes.
And you build up to that.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it takes
Because
a
most
while.
guys want to go straight to that hard
That's what
pounding.
they see on porn.
Yeah.
So that's what they think they should do, but it's not. And most women think that's what they should get because that's what they see, and it's
Right.
not. So yoni massage. First thing is,
Let's do it.
if you're in a long-term relationship, try and offer your woman unlimited yoni massages. You're basically just her bitch for yoni massages. Whenever she wants one, you just drop whatever you're doing and you come and you give it to her. Because she's not really going to ask you for as many as she'd like to have. And especially if you offer them. How about on Tuesday night, we do yoni massage? How about on Thursday night, we do yoni massage? And they don't have to take long. I'm thinking like 20 minutes is about as long as you're going to go.
Okay.
So it's not terribly
No,
time
it's not.
consuming.
It's not. Very intimate, very bonding.
It is. So first thing you want to do is you want, for the man, again, masculine sexual leadership, set up the lover space.
Okay.
Go into the bedroom, get a fascinator or a splash blanket or, something that keeps your bed clean
A
from the loo.
splash blanket. Invest in one.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yes, they're really good.
Yes.
So throw one down. Get the lighting nice. Make the room the temperature that's comfortable for her. She
Some
may need a little
candles.
blankie, right? Candles or,
Yeah.
those electric candles are great too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they don't make the room stinky. Put on the music that makes her feel the sexiest. Get a pitcher of water and some glasses. Get a clean stack of towels and get your array of lubes. Last time I was on, I gave you my pleasure protocol and I gave you
Yes.
my nude intimacy oil.
Yes.
And those are the ones I recommend. They're at Drive Desire. Those are the ones that don't have a bunch of gross ingredients that are going to give her vaginal infections or
Good.
chemicals in
They're
her
clean.
yoni and all. They're clean. So you get your lubes, you get your stack of towels, and then you lay her down and butterfly her legs open.
Okay.
Put pillows under her legs so she doesn't have to kind of hold them up, right?
Okay,
You're
that's key.
propping her.
Hope you guys are writing this down.
She's got a pillow under her head. She's very, very comfortable. And you're just going to take some oil. First of all, you've already held her and you've already told her that you loved her. You've already told her how sexy she is. And then you get into this position. You sit perpendicular to her and you can drape one leg over her belly. And then you're right there and you've got both hands easily accessible. Some men who are good at sitting on their haunches, like folding their legs under them, can get between her legs and do it as well.
Okay.
But I don't think that's as good because it's easier for your hands to be able to touch her if you're going like this perpendicularly to her than if you're trying to do her like this.
Just to make sure I'm getting it right. She's lying like this.
Yes.
And you want the guy... on the side.
You're sitting on the side facing her with one of your legs over her.
Got it.
And one of your legs on a pillow stretched out with a pillow propped under you.
Got it.
Yeah. And then it's very important that the doer, the giver, the person delivering the sensation is comfortable. So you want to make sure you're very comfortable. Your back supported against the headboard. You've got a pillow behind you.
Got it.
You might have to be up on a pillow or two. When Tim gives me yoni massages, which he does a couple of times a week, he sits on one of those meditation cushions. Like they're called Zafus or meditation cushions.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's pretty tall like you are. You're 6'3" or 6'4", aren't you?
6'5",
Oh,
yeah.
6'5", right. He's 6'3".
Yeah.
So for a tall guy, and even for a shorter, it helps to be up a little bit. Then you're kind of down, looking down on her yoni.
Got it.
And then you want to take the oil and you want to rub it all over your hands, and you want to start to apply the oil to her outer vulva. And you want it to go across the mons, across the top, because for the blood flow to really get in there, the mons tissue, if you feel that tissue, it's going to feel like it has like almost like some strictures, or it's like it's tight, or it's like congested almost.
Right.
And you want to get to the point where after you've learned how to do yoni massage pretty well, that mons, that fat pad on the top, where like under her pubic hair across the top.
Pad. Yes,
that
I know
little fat
exactly
pad?
what you're talking about.
That fat pad needs to become gelatinous. If you get it to the point where it's like blah, 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 all the blood can flow down in there and give her much bigger clit boner and fill up the pads underneath the pubic hair on the outside, the outer labia, under the pubic hair, if she has pubic hair.
Right.
That's where the legs of her clit are. And you want to plump them up. So you don't want to go right for the clit. You want to use the bullseye touch technique. Bullseye is you work from the outside in. Guys want to hit the bullseye. They want to go right for the clit. That's what you're born to do. You're focused.
Yes.
But you have to hold yourself back because you're pleasuring a female body. You want her to touch your dick immediately. She does not want you to touch her clit immediately. So instead, what you're doing is you're touching that mons, you're massaging it, you're touching the outer labia, the groin muscles, her inner thighs. All of that stuff feels really good all the way down to her sweet cheeks. And you're getting that all nice and lubricated and plumped. And you can even rub her labia between your fingers like this and go. And women often are like kitty cats, where they want to be pet from the top down, not against the fur.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So we don't like it when you go against the fur. We like you to go
sense.
down, lift your hand up. Go down, lift your hand up. Because, some of us shave, some of us wax, some of us trim.
Right.
But there's pubic hair there, and if you go against the grain, it can be irritating.
Yeah. Got it.
So you want to get that stuff fluffy on the outside, but you want to just do like flyby brushings of like the clit hood, the clit shaft, the inner labia.
I didn't forget about you.
Exactly. But it's not like you're going straight for that.
Right.
You're getting it to reach for your touch, right? Sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system toggling. So you're relaxing her, you're engorging her, you're getting the blood flow in, you're telling her how beautiful her pussy looks. You're saying, oh, it's it's plumping up so beautifully. It smells so good. It looks so pretty. It's glistening. I see the edges of your labia. They're kind of getting like a darker purple color. It's so pretty when I open your labia and look inside. It's so beautiful. It's like a flower that's blossoming. I love to make you feel this way. Tell me if it's too hard. Tell me if you want it harder. Tell me if you want me to do a different area. If I get to a spot you like, just say, stay right there. I'm going to stay right there. I got you. Right? So what you're doing is you're feeling what her body wants in that moment, and you're thinking about how the next touch you give her will feel even better.
Okay.
And instead of touching her for effect, like I'm going to give you an orgasm, you're touching her because it feels good to you too.
You taught that, okay, if you work on this, if you do this, blood's gonna flow, and then that's gonna happen.
Yes.
Then come here and work on this.
Yeah.
Then come here and touch this.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because men think like that.
And look how long it took me to get to your fingers inside.
Yes.
A long time.
A long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's what's going to make her get all that engorgement, so that when you tickle that sphincter and then you go in, now inside the vagina, it's like a pocket. It's flat.
Yes.
Until you put something in it. It's not a canal, and it's not an inside-out penis, and it doesn't want
it's
that.
not inside-out penis.
But guys, think about, like,
Yes.
they're stroking their penis, and they're used to that stroking, right? And then they think that's what the vagina wants. It actually doesn't. It wants different things. Sometimes it likes that, but that's not the only thing it likes, and that's what you see in porn. That's mostly what you see, is that bangy type of slidey in and out thing. And so, because that's when you're masturbating, that's what you want to see. Right. So
it triggers you.
The vagina, you think about it more like a cavern where every part of it needs to be activated.
Okay.
So it's not this friction of the that's kindergarten shit. We're talking, we got to get PhD level pleasure here, right?
Tantra.
So what a vagina wants is for you over time to fully activate every part of it. So like on the left and right side of it, let's just say the top is 12 o'clock up by her clit, and then the bottom is 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So you got 3 and 9. 3 and 9 are where the pudendal nerves go down, run down the legs, and that activates and stimulates, literally, if she has toe curling sex, that's the toe curling part.
Wow.
And then the floor of the vagina, all the way back, deep back in there, that there's a sponge down there called the perineal
there's a little
sponge.
thing down there. Yes.
And then the top, there's the deep cavern part. Then there's the cervix on the roof. And then there's the G area in the front.
Yes.
So you get all of that tissue stimulated. So now you're doing the sides, you're doing the bottom, you're doing the top, you're doing the deep space, you're touching it all. And the way that you want to think about it is like when you go get a massage. And if I gave you a massage and all I did was rub your skin, you'd be like, that was a shitty massage.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's happening with most dicks and most yonis, is they're getting a shitty massage. What you want is to activate the tissue in the pelvic bowl. So it's not the actual vaginal mucosal lining. That's a part of it. It's what's on the other side. It's our guts. You know how like women will say, oh God, he rearranged my guts?
Yes.
Like that's a woman who has had a lot of good activation. She can take a lot of stimulation, and she wants that stimulation beyond just the and deep into the tissue of the pelvic bowl. And you work your woman up to that over time. You can't, Rome wasn't built in a day. You're literally bringing her sensation online over time with all this stuff.
How many yoni sessions would you say would require to activate this in this way, in this manner?
I would say generally, and this is kind of the rule of thumb for new lovers, I would say the first like 6 to 10, you're just in your training wheels. You're just getting a feel for each other. You're learning how to help her relax and get out of her head and into her body, to not
Makes
be
sense.
shy about having you look at her, to feel comfortable being touched, for you to begin to notice the differences and the changes, to get your hands in the right way, to know how much oil you want to use, to feel all of the parts and get used to them. And then I would say that there's probably like a breakthrough time about 6 weeks in. If you do it a couple times a week, you've done 10, 12, 15, where, you know, and they're 20-minute segments. It's not like it's a long time. That's about as long as you want to sit that way and she wants to lie that way. And then you want to get up and move around, do something else. And it gets her turned on. It gets her really going, which is nice. So about 6 weeks in, you hit another, like, oh, we're getting good at this. She's starting to moan. Her hips are starting to writhe. She's starting to do like this. That's prolactin. That's turn on, letting her relax, and she wants to stretch and move, and that feels really good to her. So when you're getting that more animalistic kind of action, you know you're hitting another level with her.
You're on the right path.
Of comfort and turn on.
Right.
And one of the things you have to do is not let her like feel like she's now got to do something for you. You really have to go into this with, I'm putting in. These are deposits in the bank of my future sex life that's going to get so hot.
Got it.
These are your deposits. These are your EFTs.
It's about enjoying that time as well.
It is. It's about
dropping that's fun. Enjoy it.
Connecting your hearts.
Right.
Chilling. Generating oxytocin. Just being in limbic space together.
Yes. And this connects with semen retention, sort of, right? Because you can have a hard on.
Yeah.
Take that energy. Yeah. Transmute it. Bring it up.
Yeah.
Breathe it up to your heart, to your third eye, and leave it there.
Yes. And if you if you feel nervous, like, oh, I've got a hard on, I've got to use it now, because if I lose it, I won't be able to get it back, go get Gainswave treatments. They're right here in Florida. You should go down sometime and try some.
What is that?
It's an acoustic wave device that is rubbed on the penis and around the perineal area, and it stimulates new tissue growth of the penis. It knocks the plaque off the penile artery, which makes it hard for the blood to get in there and keep you firm.
Look at that.
And it stimulates new capillary growth, so you get better blood supply, so you have a firmer penis. And for a lot of guys, as they get older, they also have sensation loss, like the grip they use to get themselves off is like significant. And that's sensation loss because there was nerve retraction, because the capillaries pulled back, because they have atherosclerosis, which is heart disease. And that's what's it's like the early warning. It's the canary in the coal mine is erectile dysfunction. But Gainswave, and remember last time I was here, I gave you a penis pump?
Yes.
So
Gainswaves
with penis pumps
together
really are what will rejuvenate. It's called sexual regenerative therapy, along with a nitric oxide booster. The one that I recommend, you can get a free bottle. It's at getflowfree.com. You can take it for a month, and it'll top up your nitric oxide so you can maintain a firmer erection and even make your PDE5 inhibitors work better. Because you need it holds nitric oxide open, but you're not making a lot. It won't work that well. You have to take a big dose, then you get a sinus headache and all that stuff. So if you take a small dose because you've topped up your nitric oxide, that's really good. So they can go back and watch our last episode for more about the penis pump and the Gainswave and the Flow nitric oxide booster. But you want to be able to just get yourself to the point where you can get hard, go soft, get hard when she's ready for more, so that you have that confidence. And that's just health related and mentality related, where it's not your job is to get hard and stick it in. Now you're moving into being a better lover, a more, more of a pleasurable, sensual lover. You're not doing the thing that you thought you were supposed to do. Most guys, that's just what they think they're supposed to do. Yeah. And most women think that's what it is because that's all they've ever gotten. And
sex is very penis-centric.
It's not, though.
No, I mean like porn and things like
porn
that.
Porn is.
Like our sex society, how society views sex. It's very penis
That's religious
centered.
repression.
Which is the problem. Yeah.
Sex is for procreation only. So the only thing that matters is a penis and a vagina. Nobody gives a shit about anything else. That's
Correct.
ridiculous.
Yes.
That's what got you where you are if you're not getting the sex you want, right?
Right.
Like that's the bad advice you got. This is the good advice you got. So anyway, I think, for the yoni massage, it's really about feeling your way with her because, again, remember the moon cycles, where sometimes she's going to want more pressing and more stimulation, and other times she's going to want things really light. And then you can move into oral pleasuring. And that's a whole nother world, like how to eat a pussy really well. It's kind of like the same format as the yoni massage, where you're starting from the outside and working your way in, mouth and fingers, right?
Yes.
Not just mouth. You want to be touching everything as well. That's really nice, especially like a little G-spot stimulation while you're licking the outside. That's also nice when you're doing yoni massage, to do a blended pleasuring type of a thing. Sending your love and energy from the outside into the inside and meeting the energy through your fingers, through her body. She'll really feel those things.
Wow. What about butt play?
Love it. It's fantastic. Anybody who's like, oh, I don't like it, just hasn't had it good yet. I think the best thing to do is start with like bun massage, just like buns, and then a little bit of like outer
Incorporate
play
the play into that yoni massage?
I would not
No, you wouldn't?
combine them,
Okay.
and here's why I wouldn't. Because you never want to touch her butt and her yoni with the same hands.
Makes sense.
If you ever do it by accident and you start rubbing and you rubbed her butt, say, hey, hang on a second, hun. I want to go wash my hands and come back. Pat her off and wash her hands and come back. You never want to cross-contaminate.
Total sense.
That's why
Yeah.
I also don't recommend rimming and things like that, eating ass.
Okay.
Because it gives you parasites and bacteria. You don't want that. Like they show that on porn, but remember, they've cleaned, they're protected, they do tons of testing. It's for the camera.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do that, use a dental dam or some saran wrap or something like that, and then you can do it. And you can always use your fingers and your hands, and you can also always put on a nitrile glove, a tight-fitting glove if you're doing some butt play. And then you're penetrating her and you're getting her all warmed up. And then you throw it on the floor. And then you can enter her very slowly. And your hands are clean, right? You could wear a condom if you want to. And that makes it even slipperier. Use some nice silicone lube. One of the things that I like is the Euphoria melts that I gave you last time I was here.
Yes.
That's part of my pleasure protocol. That when you put those, you can put those up her butt too, and they'll melt up there, and they coat the butt really nicely. They have they have booty melts, which is really good. They have extra jojoba oil in them, in addition to the CBD and the coconut butter.
That's incredible.
And that's very emollient, which is nice. Because for me, I'd use silicone, but generally I prefer the booty melts because they're all organic. You could literally eat it. Wow. Where the silicone, like, I don't want to put anything in here that I wouldn't put in my mouth. And I'm not going to put silicone in my mouth. They say it's inert, but it's still a petroleum product. It's a petroleum derivative product. And I just don't want that stuff. So I like the booty melts. And anal pleasuring is another kind of the 20 plus orgasms we can have. It's incredible. They're very guttural. They feel deep. They're extremely satisfying. And you just have to take a lot of time to get there. And then they're wonderful.
Why do you think most people who are 50 and over think that their sex life is over?
Mindset and lack of mitochondrial function. They ate like shit, they slept like shit, and they didn't exercise, and they have a limiting mindset. It's literally all it is.
It sucks.
I feel bad for them.
So do I.
That's not me, and that's not you.
Because life's not over. Life's over when it's over.
My sex life is so good right now. It's, oh my God, it's like, it's just unbelievable. I am having so much fun with my sex life. It's fantastic.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah,
Good
it's
for you.
really good. Yeah.
Enjoy life.
Yeah. And it makes me more confident, happier, more passionate about everything. I'm full of creativity. When I'm lying there getting a yoni massage, amazing thoughts are coming to me too. You know, like I'm riding the sensation, I'm coming, I'm pleasuring, I'm connecting with my husband.
You're almost meditating.
Orgasm is the theta trance state. It's the same as meditation. It's the same as deep prayer.
Makes sense.
It's theta state.
Yeah.
It's your unconscious state as well. So it helps you process things when you're making love as well.
Which is why it's healing.
And it's calming.
Yes.
Yes, it's rebooting of your nervous system. It oxygenates your brain. It moves that ejaculate through for men and women. I mean, all women can ejaculate, just like all men can. It's not pee. It's prostatic fluid, basically, that comes down from your blood plasma and seeps into these little glands, these little Skene's glands. You have a contraction, and it exits the urethra. So it's fun. And I don't like to call it squirting because that's a porn term.
Okay.
I call it female ejaculation releasing your divine nectar, if you want a pretty term that women like.
Your divine nectar. The nectar of the gods.
The goddess. The nectar of the goddess. Yes. Exactly. And men love to see women release their feminine waters because it shows that she's completely surrendered, completely comfortable, completely inhabiting her body and her joy, and really letting go. And I love that.
Me too.
Yeah. Samesies.
You are such an incredible person.
Aw, thank you.
You really are.
Well, you bring out the best in me because you love me so much. So I appreciate that. I feel very encouraged by you. I feel happy resting in your masculine leadership.
That's incredible. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I really do. Thank you for coming. Thank you for opening that door and showing men that there is a way back in, that they can figure this out. Yeah. They can do this. I really appreciate your help.
Yeah, my pleasure. Great questions today. I'm glad. I didn't know what direction you were going to want to go, and I'm glad you picked the direction. I'm glad you picked this direction. Yeah, it's nice because I do like to tell people the path to it. So that's great.
Yeah, it's so important. I think knowledge is so taboo when it comes to sex, right? People are too scared to go find out. They're too scared to go explore. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I run a business mastermind for sex experts. I have 50 people in my mastermind. I meet with them 2 hours a week, and I teach them how to drive revenue and evade censorship. Because we are constantly shadow banned, blocked, and censored.
That's
crazy.
And
so you can't find us. It's really hard to find the people who are teaching against the established, oppressive doctrine. I know I sound crazy, but that is what it is.
No, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most people are walking around very oppressed.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Yeah. So let's get them out from under that.
Yes, because I think this sexual liberation is what's going to, exactly. So get them exactly out of that system, 100%.
Yeah. So what we did today was get them out of the sexual repression and censorship system and into female-led pleasure, so you have hot sex till the day you die with a partner who loves to have sex with you.
That's incredible. Thank you.
Makes me happy just to say it.
Yes.
Gave me a little tingle in my
yoni. And
yoni.
you say it so well.
Could you feel it?
Yes.
Me too. I love that. Good for us, Leo. Daniela will be fine.
She doesn't watch my episodes.
Thanks for having me again. Great to see you.
My pleasure. Is there anything that we left out that you would like to share? Any message that you want to put out there? Any words of wisdom for anyone that's sexually repressed?
Well, I don't think if you listen to this whole show, you're sexually repressed anymore. Now you are sexually open and open to your potential. And the only thing I'd say is that if you liked what you heard, I've got so much more at betterlover.com. I have a newsletter that I send out twice a week with hot sex tips just like this.
That's
so
incredible.
betterlover.com, come and follow me there and keep expanding from here.
Susan, God bless you. You are God sent. You are doing an incredible work for human beings. And I really appreciate you. I really do.
I
Thank you for
appreciate
coming.
You too. Love you.
Love you. Guys, I hope you had your notebooks. I hope you were writing down notes. I hope that you're gonna make sure that you're doing a yoni massage on your wife, on your girlfriend, at least once a week. It's gonna change the way she views you. It's gonna change your complete relationship. It's gonna make her want you so much more than she's ever wanted you before. Please go follow Susan. Please go make sure to download anything she has. Go sign up for her newsletter. Go buy her courses. She is someone that can teach you and guide you to get to exactly where you want to go sexually. I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and we'll see you guys next time.